Yes, welkom en super tof dat je kijkt naar alweer een nieuwe video op mijn kanaal. Ik zit hier vandaag weer met de branding koning Swan en we hebben weer een hele toffe video voor jullie klaarstaan. En wat we in deze video gaan vertellen is hoe je meer dan 100k per maand doet op autopilot dankzij influencers.
Alright, so let's go for this quick case study. In this case study, I'm going to explain how you can take your brand to more than 6 figures monthly in revenue using influencer and how you can put this on autopilot. So obviously it's going to be a short case study. I'm going to explain you the big principles and you will have more details at the end if you want to really go down and go deep in the precise details. So the first step you need to have in place if you want to scale with influencer marketing is the right approach. So let me explain. There are different ways to work with influencers and you need to pick the right one depending on your brand. So you can work with posts, you can work, for example, with a collaboration on a product, and the strategy we focus on is called direct conversion, and we mainly use Instagram stories or like Snapchat stories, but mainly stories. And we use this strategy when we want to make a profit instantly. So for example, if you work with Instagram influencer with post, you are going to make a profit on the long term. With this approach, we want to make a story and make profit instantly. Then once you have chosen your approach, and I recommend using this one, you need the right product. So not all products work with the direct conversion approach I just told you about. And when you are picking up first your niche, you want to be selling product in broad niches like beauty, cosmetics, or apparel. Very specific and targeted product doesn't really work with influencer at all, or at least not at scale. Then about the target, you want to target mainly women, usually between the ages of 18 to 35. This is definitely the best audience for conversion by far. And for many reasons, but most of all, mainly because this is the main audience on Instagram that is willing to buy. Then when it comes to price point, you need to have comfortable margins and target AOV. So AOV stands for average order value of 40 to 50 euros minimum. And your products need to fit the proper criteria. So we use usually 12 criteria to check if a product will fit. One of them is the before-after effect we could have if influencers are using the product live. So for example, if you are promoting a product and an influencer can use it and you see directly in the story a before-after effect, is going to convert very well. It is just one of the main criteria we look for. After you have the right approach and the right product, you need the right offer. So you need to split test different offers and see which one is performing best for you. So you can try, for example, free delivery, 50% off, a special gift, limited promotion in the time, or only limited for 100 people, could be anything. And the right offer can 5x your conversion on the same influencer post. So that's why it's really important to really test everything you can at the beginning. And when you start working with influencer, your job is to find the right offer, not to be profitable. I see a lot of people that want to be profitable right away. That's not the right approach. You want to test out different things, find the right product, right kind of influencer, and right offer. Once you have everything set and you know you have the best one of each part, you will be able to scale, but not right now. After that, you need the right influencer. So there are many different influencer profiles on Instagram, and you need to understand who could be profitable for your brand and why. And you also need to analyze their data to make sure it's an interesting profile. So I'm not going to dive deep into that because there is a ton of data you can look at. It can be engagement, it can be the ratio between story views and followers, it can be demographics, anything. So you need to make sure it fits what you're looking for. And if not done correctly, you could waste a lot of time and money working with bad influencer. There is a lot of time I wasted tens of dozens of euros on influencers that were not profitable because I was not good at analyzing the data. Then this case study, as I was saying, is too short to go really deep into that, but the best advice I can give you is the following. The people that influence us are the ones we look up to, and since we are mostly targeting women, and I advise you to do the same, we are looking for a role model. And it's usually a young mother living the life every girl wants to live. And if you look at the influence they have, you need to look at the influence they have on their audience before looking at the stats. So this is a general principle because you will have many kind of profile. You will have the TikToker, you will have, I don't know, the blogger, the traveler, and what we found is that the most profitable type of influencer for us is young mom or young female role model for women. Then you need to transition to what we call the new model. So when I say new model, I'm saying just don't do dropshipping with influencer, because first it will be hard, if not impossible, to be consistent while dropshipping. It's the same as the other acquisition channels with dropshipping. And influencers will not work with you, or they will stop after 1 or 2 posts because of the complaints. It's that simple. And you will encounter the same problem with influencer as you do with Facebook ads. With dropshipping, you will get blocked. So whether people don't want to work with you, or they will just stop after 1 or 2 posts. And the most profitable influencer only work with the most professional brands. So you have different type of influencer, and the only ones that accept to work with people doing dropshipping are the cheapest one, and usually they will make you lose money most of the time. And if you want to automate or scale your business in any way, including influencer, you need to transition to what we call the new model, a branded model in which you are focusing on the customer experience and not your profit first. After you have done that, you need to automate and scale properly. So once you know your product is profitable and identify the right kind of influence profiles, you need to scale. So you have the right product, the right offer, and the right type of influencer. And now it's time for scaling. So what you need to do is to test out as many influencers as possible when profitable. So when I say profitable, it's anything above 3 or 5 ROAS, return on ad spend. So the bigger the profile, if a profile is big, you don't need a very huge ROAS. Like if you are paying an influencer 10K, if you make 30K, it's okay. If you are paying an influencer $200, you want to make at least 1K before you can book them on the long term. So you book them on a long-term contract once they reach this target ROAS, and you post with them 2 to 3 times a month to keep sales consistent. And if you are making 5K on a post, on average, you only need 10 profitable influencers a month to make 100K. And you can only build momentum if influencers want to work with you long term. As I was saying, if you are dropshipping, you will find an influencer, make a profit, they will stop working with you, then you will go and find another one, and you won't be able to scale anything and to have anything long term. While if you are on the new model and actually have a real brand, you will be able to test out different influencers, and once they are profitable, you keep them and you keep working with them, and you can focus on finding new ones to scale your brand and have momentum. So here is a quick example of one of the brands we scaled using this exact strategy. So on this brand, we are using around 20 micro influencers with a strong backend and retargeting strategies. Of course, you want to have that, but that's a subject for another case study or another video. And on this one, we spent approximately 17K on influencer. So this was not the end of the month. I think we ended around something like 160 or 70K. And on this screenshot, we were using all the strategy seen in this case study, and we have been able to scale this to this result in less than 2 months with a few influencers and a very small budget. As I was saying, micro influencers are not huge influencers. It's every influencer between, let's say, 50 to 150K followers, so not huge and not a lot of budget. And our goal is to continue scaling this brand and sell it in 1 to 2 years. So we only have 20 influencers plus retargeting, email, backend, and that's all. And we can focus, we can keep on focusing on finding new influencers and adding them to the database and scale like this. That's what we are doing on most of our brands. And if you have the right product, the right offer, and the right approach, and you are really focusing on the quality of your customer experience, that's not really hard to do. And one of the things is when we are trying to launch any new brand, we just have to use the same influencer basically. So we have like more than 100 very profitable influencers we work with, and when we want to launch something new, like a new brand, new skincare brand or anything, we just work with them again with the exact same strategy. That's why we are scaling multiple brands at the moment, and we are making a very nice profit on them. So that's it for me.
Cool man, thank you. Jongens, ik vond het ook heel waardevol. Thank you for even I got inspired with this short case study. Wil je nou meer over weten en wil je nou weten hoe je succesvol brand opzet en influencers met je gaan samenwerken op de lange termijn, zodat je op een sustainable manier je brand kan laten groeien, dat die schaalbaar is en dat je je brand wellicht over een aantal jaar of over een aantal maanden kunt verkopen voor een leuke multiple. Zolang ik in Dubai ben, gaan we aan de slag met deze content. En als afsluiting van de Dubai trip geven Swan en ik samen een online gratis training waarin we het hele proces uitleggen. Dus dit is een korte video. In die training gaan we meer de diepte in. Leer je alle strategieën over hoe je jouw brand vanaf het begin kunt opschalen naar meer dan 10 miljoen. Wil je daarbij zijn? Het is echt een unieke kans. Klik even op de link in de beschrijving en dan zien we je daar. Wil je meer van dit soort video's zien? Like natuurlijk, abonneer om als allereerste op de hoogte te zijn van nieuwe video's. En laat ons de topics weten waarover jij meer wil weten als het gaat om branding, als het gaat om influencer marketing in de comments. Dit is een topic die we heel vaak aangevraagd hebben gekregen via mijn Instagram en via YouTube. Vandaar dat we ook deze video hebben gemaakt. Dus als je denkt van hey, dit en dit is nog duidelijk of ga hier en hier meer over vertellen, laat het weten in de comments. En wij zorgen ervoor dat er een nieuwe video komt. Bedankt voor het kijken, tot in de volgende.